Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. First and foremost, thank you so very much. Paul, thank you so very, very much. Paul Bartlett, thank you first and foremost for just always your kind words and your encouragement and support. And thank you very much for your just the super chat, right, even before everything started. Thank you, Paul. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And I'm serious, your kind words mean a great deal to me, so thank you. And thanks for your enthusiasm and support for my work. Be here, Paul, I know you will. And everyone here, be here November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The night before, it'll be the night before Christmas. November 3rd will be Christmas. And then November 4th will be the hangover. The entire left and corrupt intelligence officials and the Lincoln Project and Hollywood are going to have a really nice, and leftists who have organizations that were infiltrated by a whole bunch of agencies. It's interesting. They think because the left thinks because like Peter Strzok and Comey and McCabe are kind of like on their side in terms of public relations. They think that they can just get away with anything. It's like, well, that's not the way it works. Eric H526, Luke St. Martin, thank you very much for being amazing moderators. And ladies and gentlemen, this is really interesting. Let's start with Bill Barr's DOJ looking at charging Portland officials. And feds explored possibly charging Portland officials in unrest. This is really, really interesting. And it's not just Portland officials. This is a Daily Mail article. We'll start with Ted Wheeler and the wonderful officials in Portland. The Justice Department explored whether it could pursue either criminal or civil rights charges against city officials in Portland. Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin condemned earlier reports Barr considered charges. Now, of course, they're accusing the DOJ and William Barr of being, utilizing the Justice Department as a political weapon. President Trump and William Barr should do everything possible. Sigma Nu UCLA. H.A. Goodman in the house. Thank you, Sigma Nu UCLA. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Sigma Nu UCLA. Thank you very, very much. I hope all is well. It's going down, everybody. This is really, really interesting. Sigma Nu UCLA. CNN. Thank you very much, as always. Sigma Nu UCLA. CNN. Seattle Mayor says Barr's suggestions to charge her are chilling. Everything, my God, everything Trump has done has been chilling, or they've either been chilled or outraged. It's like they've turned into these like they've turned into these substances. They're no longer like political. They're no longer a political entity. The Democrats are now a political substance that could be chilled or outraged. Heated, chilled, inflamed. They can be inflamed and chilled. They're like water, or they're like some kind of substance. They're not actually a political entity. Seattle Mayor says Barr's suggestions to charge her are chilling. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have ceded 6 blocks of like the people of Oregon or of Washington or Seattle own that property. You can't just, I love the fact that Democrats don't care about the $1.4 billion in property loss. Sigma Nu UCLA, Paul Bartlett. It's unbelievable because you have $1.4 billion in property loss, and Democrats and media are like, well, these are fiery but peaceful protests. Then you have the issue, and I'll get to that in a second. It's really, really, really interesting. He's already charged 214 people on federal crimes, okay? So there's nothing the state can do. There's nothing the state can do to get these people off the hook on federal crimes. 214, 217, something like that. People on federal crimes, okay? I mean, if you're going after police officers, and you're going after police officers, and you're going after buildings or police buildings, or you're battling officers at like 1 or 2 in the morning, or you're engaging in vandalism at 2 or 3 in the morning or whatever, and you get caught, or let's say you went after a federal building. This is interesting. This Apex police arrest 18-year-old for vandalizing Trump yard sign with profanity. It's like you've never seen the most petulant people I've never seen this in my life. The whole yard sign thing with there's actually great videos on YouTube with the Benny Hill soundtrack of people trying to just like remove and destroy Trump signs. It's like they're so petulant, and it has nothing to do. Here you have President Trump engaging in so many great things, and they're oblivious. Peace deals, bringing Americans, setting the groundwork to bring Americans home from never-ending conflict, ending the war in Afghanistan, drawing down, reducing our military presence in Iraq, removing American soldiers from Syria, being the first president to step foot in North Korea, Israel, UAE, peace deals and economic deals, Serbia and Kosovo, peace deals and economic deals. It's like we had record low unemployment before the pandemic hit, and nobody predicted the pandemic because they were trying to impeach the president. So like, what do they want? They don't like his personality. That's why you have Lincoln Project people and Medicare for All people voting for the same side. You have the Medicare for All, and I'm not talking only about the people who said vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016. You have the $20 million venture capital funded people. And to my super chat, Paul and Sigma Nu UCLA, thank you. And everybody, I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding. So, like some people who say vote for Hillary Clinton. I don't have PACs. I don't have political action committees that funnel money from one PAC to another. And of course, whenever they're accused of that, it's like, oh, well, that's a conservative plot. It's a Republican plot. So, it's like this. So I appreciate all your support, everybody. And thank you, Paul, and thank you, Sigma Nu UCLA. But it's really interesting why before we get to the informants, because I find that so fascinating. If you're going to engage in blatantly criminal activity, you need to know that if somebody is going to help you or be an accomplice in a criminal act, they're probably going to turn on you, or they could be an informant. But this is like, you look at the history of the FBI and civil rights groups and leftist organizations and even, hate groups. I mean, they infiltrate everything. They've infiltrated everything. But you think like, oh, this is our time. Like, they're probably thinking when they have the Portland mayor, Wheeler, and the Seattle mayor, they're probably thinking, oh my goodness, this is so fantastic. This is so fantastic because, like, you know, we're on the side of justice. So Jenny Durkin, we're on the side of justice, and everyone's on our side, and we're fighting for morality. You know, we're going to impose morality, one vandalized building and one beaten up person at a time. And this is how we're going to show the world we don't like Trump. And every time they do this, President Trump's going to win the election. The media is making the same mistakes as they did, and they have to, because what are they going to say? Yeah, we stink. They have no energy. They have no passion. They have no enthusiasm. The quicker flipper picker upper. GS can bust riders and women around all around the country. There's no reason they couldn't save people of Katrina. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's an interesting point. You look at a lot of thank you, the quicker flipper picker upper. Thank you. You look at thank you, Paul. Thank you very, very much, Paul, and Sigma Nu UCLA. Thank you. You look at exactly, Daniel. Exactly. I agree with you. You look at, they have no energy, they have no passion, they have no excitement, they have no enthusiasm. The left is purely run by indignation, outrage. They're apoplectic, they're seething, they're fuming. The hilarious part is that they truly believe that you should care what they think. This is what I found very interesting when I was on the left in 2016. And I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. I found it very interesting that they truly feel that, like, if they just say you're helping Trump win, if they just say that is supposed to, like, shame you or silence you into submission. If you see, Bernie Sanders is the perfect leftist for Democrats. The perfect leftist. He starts a revolution, quote unquote. He gets people thinking about lofty and noble ideals and equity and justice and equality. Or I should say equality and justice and, you know, the working class and, you know, the downtrodden and the people who have been harmed by an unfair and corrupt system. Then he gets cheated. And then instead of fighting back, he says, "Oh, thank you. May I have yet another? This is fantastic. Wow. I never thought I could experience such pain and grief and shame and embarrassment. Let me go ahead and do this all over again. Do it to me one more time. Just give me one more chance to be cheated again. I love Lionel." So they cheat him again in Iowa. And you watch, Madam Secretary is going to be there. You watch. Sigma Nu UCLA. If we have to, we'll liquidate silver from our trust accounts to support you. Sigma Nu UCLA. Thank you, Sigma Nu UCLA. Thank you. Sigma Nu UCLA. Thank you very, very much. So I appreciate that. So he basically said, "Oh, well, that's no problem. You can cheat me again." William Barr, though, and President Trump aren't like that. See, if they see something that's wrong, or if they feel that if Trump feels like he's been unfairly attacked, like, for example, being set up and framed, the notion that he worked with Russia is so absurd. It's so utterly absurd. It's so utterly absurd that we now know they had so little, they had absolutely nothing, that they had to fabricate things, which is why Kevin Kleinsmith was indicted. But here, Seattle mayor says, Seattle mayor says Barr's suggestions to charge her are chilling. Everything's chilling. Everything's outrageous. They just can't. It's like at a certain, like when he wins again, the chilling and outrage and indignation and, inflamed nonsense, they sensationalize everything to do with President Trump. They are obsessed with him. They truly are obsessed with this man in an unhealthy manner. They are obsessed with Trump because Trump is a mirror to their incompetence. He's also a great president while at the same time being a mirror to their utter incompetence and immorality and cheating. Here, CNN, Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin on Wednesday said a report that Attorney General William Barr suggested prosecutors consider filing charges against her is, quote, chilling and the latest abuse of power from the Trump administration. Everything, whenever they get, and then you have this report coming out regarding you have this news coming out regarding hold on, let me just see this here. Oh my God, this is horrible. I'm looking at this really, really terrible story here, right next to. Oh, about the Ukraine issue with Botox B. Oh my God, an 18-year-old woman drowned near a Minnesota dam after carrying several children to safety. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is terrible. She saved people's life, little children's lives. Oh my God. That's an angel right there, my God. Minnesota police said 18-year-old drowned after carrying several children to safety who were near a dam. Oh my God. Police responded. Call witnesses. Swimming in a river near. Some got caught up in the rushing waters. See, don't ever. Swimming in rivers that's just dangerous. Let's see. Can you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so, because on my end, there was a little technical issue, but I guess now it's okay. So, let's just read this. Barr, the New York Times reported, asked prosecutors in the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division to investigate if they could charge Durkin as a result of protests this summer when some protesters established a police-free zone in downtown Seattle. How can this be? How can that be a lawful thing to do when you deprive the citizens of your city safety, the ability to make a living? You endanger their lives and their property. How can this be something that is allowed? How can this be something that is allowed? Rahul, hello. How on earth can this be something that is lawful? I don't understand that. And then you how many? There were so many wonderful places where left-leaning YouTubers could have simply gone to. Like, why didn't they go to the wonderful autonomous zone to interview like champions of justice, truth, morality? Why didn't they go to Portland? Why didn't they go to Illinois? All the wonderful places in this country that, like, why didn't they just do that? Because they don't put their money, so to speak, where their mouth is. They talk, and yap, and their lives are dedicated to trying to point out how backwards and, hypocritical and backwards the Republicans are. It's like they're stuck in the early 2000s, or they're stuck in like 2008, and they have zero interest in talking about Biden because they know that whole campaign is like a travesty and a tragedy and a hoax and a facade and a charade, all wrapped up into one. Nobody's voting. This is the thing. You hear that, you see these polls, these absurd polls that are not reflective. Angel! AJ, after all you've seen and heard from Democrats this year, what are the chances that one or all the moderators speak Biden questions? That's a great point, Angel. That's a great point. I actually never thought of that, even though I believed that anything's possible with them. I'm still expecting Clinton to swoop in either the first or second or third debate or afterwards. It doesn't matter. At some point before November 3rd. But Angel, I think the chances are very likely, very high, that he's going to get some questions in advance. I mean, he has a teleprompter that he's using a teleprompter all the time to answer questions. They're not even hiding. Angel, thank you. They're not even hiding this man's incompetence, and it's not maybe it's not his fault. So I shouldn't use the word incompetence, but they're not even hiding. They're not even hiding his inability to think without assistance. So I think, Angel, it's very, very likely that they're going to help him in some way. It's like unbelievable. The level of vitriol, that's like I always say, they could find an alligator. They could find an alligator and put a top hat on an alligator. And they could put a bow tie on its big fat alligator neck, and they could trot it out and give it some trout or whatever, throw a fish near it or a chicken or whatever, and you'd see the alligator gobbling the chicken up or whatever, and they were like, this alligator is out polling President Trump. And he's up by 5 points in Michigan also. And this would be okay to the left. They don't care. They have convinced themselves that Trump is the spawn of Satan. So they don't care. They just don't care. And so Biden is not even trying. So, Angel, thank you. I think this is very likely. They don't care anymore. They've given up, and their whole thing is, Clinton, you watch, she'll be there at the end of the day, November 3rd, to be the biggest political call of all time, or just a very good call in President Trump going 8 years. But they're not even trying. It's kind of interesting. We'll get to that in a second, but the Department of Justice cannot be a political weapon. operated at the behest of the president. Here we go again. This is an act of tyranny, not democracy. How is it an act of democracy to give in to people that just decide on their own to take over a city, to take over 6 blocks of a city? How is that democracy? I mean, I've never heard of such that would never happen in any city of the world, unless it was like on the brink of collapse of like civil conflict. Tell me a city where for what, a month and a half, any portion of a major city in the world tell me where the mayor would allow a bunch of very, very a bunch of ideologues, let's put it that way, to just take over a portion of the city. That would never happen. That would never happen in any city. And so this mayor, and this is the thing, they truly believe they're doing the right thing. And then actually the protesters went after her. It's funny too, because you have the mayor of Frey in Minneapolis. He's like, I feel your pain, everybody. They're like, boo, get away. Like, it's kind of hilarious too. Democrats are like principals and assistant principals that like the students have like taken over the high school. Like certain groups of students have taken over certain buildings. And the principal's like, we're going to just allow this because we really agree with you. You know, aren't we part of you? And the students are like, no, you're not. What are you talking about? Get away. They're so clueless to Democrats. They're like, well, look at Trump is bad. I mean, we're good, right? You like us, don't you? No, we don't like you at all either. The left doesn't even like Democrats. That's the funny thing about all of this. That's the hilarious thing about all of this. But like each faction of the Democratic Party, and this is kind of funny. Trevor! Best political chat on YouTube. Thank you very much, Trevor. It's because of people like you and everybody here watching. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. And thank you for your support. Trevor, thank you. Trevor, thank you very, very much for the kind words. It means a lot to me. But Democrats are like, Trevor, thank you again. Democrats are like completely clueless. That's why when they lose again, because they're not, look, there's no way at this point they can win. I don't, like the polls are so, they're consistently off. They were not right in 2016. They're not right now. And whatever polls that exist are tightening. So there goes that wonderful lead that Biden had, which wasn't really a lead to begin with. But the left is kind of funny in that the way they work is the following. Each faction thinks that they're the most morally righteous and superior, and morally superior, and the most intellectual. Each faction, each subset or subgroup, they each think that they're the ones that they're the most, the humanists and the most moral and ethical, and they're on the side of justice. And they look to the left of themselves and they say, well, that person is just way too far to the left, and they're immoral for this reason. And then they look to the right and they say, well, you know, the I'm with her crowd and the neoliberals, oh, you know, they're just one step above Republicans, barely. You know, they're on our side, but, you know, barely. And then all of them look at Trump with like about a quarter of them looking at Trump and saying, you know, he ain't that bad. But I'm not going to tell anybody, because if I do, you know, I'm ostracized and excommunicated, and I've committed blasphemy, and I'm a heretic. So they're so dysfunctional, it's unbelievable. That's why they call up friends and family. I just want to let you know, I can't talk to you anymore. because you like Trump. Like, well, he's a president. He was elected president, so. Well, your viewpoint of he's a racist. Well, then why did President Trump allocate more funding to historically black colleges and universities than any president ever? And then we get into, so what? Why did he sign the First Step Act? To address criminal justice. President Trump himself signing the First Step Act did more in terms of what a president can do than any other president the past, 16 years prior? 22 years prior? You had 24 years prior. You had the Bill Clinton, Madam Secretary, with prison reform. The opposite, with mass incarceration. Sigma Nu, UCLA. New York Post and RT News reporting Biden Harris going around talking about the Harris administration. It was bizarre. Bizarre. Very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. I don't get that. Sigma Nu UCLA. It's just so bizarre because this is obviously, I'm trying to wrap my brain around this. The hamster wheel and the hamster in my brain is like it's. I'm trying to wrap my brain around this. Okay, Senator Harris has only political clout in California. Outside California, she has very little to zero political influence. And then it's so nauseating. Look at it. Oh my God, the Chuck Taylors! Oh yay! Oh my God, between Kamala Harris's Chuck Taylors and Joe Biden eating vanilla ice cream, not since JFK have we had such a paradigm changing. Camelot. Oh my God, this is reminiscent of Camelot. It's like these people when they lose again, it's going to be amazing. It's like they're the ones like, Trump's not going to leave. It's like, no, you're the ones. We know what you're up to. You're projecting. Like, they're the ones who are like, have you ever been in a relationship with somebody that you just, my God almighty, like, you prolong the relationship because you know the breakup is going to be cataclysmic. And it's like, this is like the Democrats. Like, Trump is not going to leave, right? It's like, oh my God. You're really going to go all out if you lose. Oh, Lord knows what you're capable of. Like, they're really capable of, who knows? Tribor, thank you. Belinda 007. Belinda, thank you very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. I apologize, I didn't see that. Thank you, Eric H526, for letting me know. Belinda 007. Love James Bond. Love James Bond. Belinda, thank you. Belinda 007. Thank you. Thank you. I apologize, I didn't see that. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you. But it's like, so the Harris administration, it was just like nonsense. It's going to be, oh my God, when Clinton comes, Madam Secretary, this is the 1 year you decide not to take over the world? I don't think so. It's like betting on the Cubs to lose before 2012. And you're like, what? Seriously? Or on 2012. But no, Madam Secretary is going to It's just a matter of time. There's no such thing as AOC endorsing Bernie Sanders. That's not possible. There's so many things that are not possible here. It's unbelievable. You have like Clinton like, oh yeah, I totally want to work in your administration, Biden. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yes. That makes a lot. A billionaire would want to, I don't know, work in someone's office. It's not, you don't see Bill Gates or Warren Buffett's. Can I make copies for you? Can I get coffee for you? Can I take your car and get a car wash and run errands for you, please? That never happens. Hi-Fi Trucker! I'm on my way to the city of Arizona. Wish me luck. God bless you, Hi-Fi Trucker. Hi-Fi Trucker, give everybody in this chat, give Hi-Fi Trucker a lot of love and wish him a lot of good vibrations. Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you. Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you very, very much, as always. Be safe, and we wish you only the best. This is interesting. Hi-Fi Trucker. Despite the threats from Trump, Durkin said the city would not accept federal troops to move the protesters out. And of course, the threat to invade Seattle. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. To divide and incite. Incite? It's like you're incite violence. You're doing it all on your own. It's not only unwelcome, it would be illegal. Okay. What you did was probably illegal, but Seattle police eventually dispersed protesters from the area in July after an emergency order from Durkin. It's interesting, too. She, waits until people lose their lives, until, there's a whole lot of carnage and mayhem and chaos, and then it's like, oh, we've had too much. We've had too much. Then they're talking about sedition laws, that William Barr is talking about the sedition laws, which is fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. This is not has to be, and speaking to everybody here, speaking to everyone here is what makes it interesting. Aside from these live chats and Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you so very, very much. It's like this has to be, aside from these live chats and these live streams, this has to be the most boring election of all time. Did you know that Joe Biden had a town hall? Sienna? A town hall? Molly Hemingway is fantastic at The Federalist. Molly Hemingway compares media treatment of Trump versus Biden. It's beyond propaganda. It's so beyond. They're so extreme that people are just having trouble believing anything they have to say. That's because at the end of the day, they're going to go, the switcheroo is going to take place. Madam Secretary is going to be like, me? You? But I wanted to work for Biden. I'm his friend. When Caligula or Nero invite you, or when Caligula or Nero say, oh, let me be your servant, run. Because you're what's for dinner that night. It ain't going to be pretty. So don't. If Madam Secretary says, sure, can I work in your administration? Just be like, have the nomination. I don't even need the nomination. Have it. I'm reading from teleprompters anyway. It's like, this is ridiculous. Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you. Electric dog, hello. It's just hamstrings already. Yes. Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you. VV1 Loose Stones. May God bless you along the way as much as you have blessed us. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. VV1 Loose Stones, thank you so very, very much. VVS1, thank you. VVS1 Loose Stones, thank you very, very much. Very, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Very kind words. Thank you so much. And God bless you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. VVS1, thank you. Hi-Fi Trucker, be safe. I typed in Joe Biden. I got New York Times, 3 takeaways from Biden's town hall. CNN, 5 takeaways from Joe Biden's CNN town hall. Oh, I'm sorry. Joe Biden for president. There's nothing here. There's nothing. Biden's national lead shrinks. So that's good. that's the most energetic headline. Biden. This is great. I'm not gonna. Biden admits to CNN town hall that he's benefited from. I'm not even gonna bring it up. Oh, this is right after he tells 40 million Black and African American voters that they ain't black if they don't vote for him, which is what he said to Charlemagne the God. Now Biden admits at town hall that he's benefited from privilege. Okay. And then you get and now for the most exciting news in the past week for Joe Biden. Scientific American endorsed Joe Biden the other day. Oh my God. National Geographic and Pets Weekly are next. Scientific American endorsed Joe Biden. This is really amazing. Popular Mechanics is about to end. He's going to get the coveted Popular Mechanics Award. Oh my God. Wow. Better Homes and Gardens endorsed Joe Biden. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. There's something going on. So I type in Joe Biden. It's nothing but like the most boring nonsense in the world. Let's see if you type in Hillary Clinton. What do you get? Let's see. What do you get? Oh, nice. Newsweek. Hillary Clinton was better placed in Pennsylvania, Michigan polls than Joe Biden is. Yeah. Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton put Maya Rudolph and Amy Poehler on the spot. Yeah, wow, this is interesting. This is so interesting. Wow. But only one person is president. With Clinton, everything's fantastic. Oh my God, fantastic! You can't find more energy and enthusiasm. Kamala Harris asks Maya Rudolph and Amy Poehler what it's like. This is People magazine. What it's like to spoof her and Hillary on SNL. Oh my God, this is so interesting. Yeah. Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton raised $6 million for Biden while he, does an ad for Pepsodent and Depends. Oh, well, here we go. Just joking. I was not even. Just joking. Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton raised $6 million for Biden campaign and fundraiser. Wow. Amazing. That is amazing. High five, trucker. Thank you again. Oh, Lord. Let's see here. What's going on here? Let's look at Kamala Harris. If they talk about her shoes, it's going to be just fantastic. Media praises Kamala Harris Timberland shoes after trashing same look on Melania Trump. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Ay, ay, ay. What is it like? This is unbelievable. Melania Trump gets mocked for wearing Timberland boots while visiting the troops. Why would they mock her? Kamala Harris may have made Timberland boots cool again. What? God, this is so hate-filled. It's unbelievable. So it's just, I mean, this is the most boring election. Oh, my God almighty. And then it's like you have the whole the Harris administration. Like, I've seen that also on YouTube. It's like, what does that even mean? Well, very likely it's everything this election has been make people beg, just make people absolutely beg for Madam Secretary, which they're going to do very soon. You watch. Biden's going to do something. We don't know what he's going to do. It's going to be fantastic. He'll jump in the reflecting pool naked. Hey, come on now, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't want to see my leg hairs? My erect leg hairs? Come on, man. You don't want to see lotion on my leg hairs? Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. No malarkey? No malarkey bus tour? Oh, my God. How long can we stand this? The election can't come soon enough. Let's see. Let's type in President Trump. See, they're not even going after President Trump. It's like this slow kind of. This is fantastic. No one has been more wrong often. This is why Trump is. I love Trump. He's so fantastic. He goes. This is an hour ago. No one has been more. No one has been more wrong more often than Biden. He voted for the Iraq War. He supported the defense sequester that gutted our military. He opposed the mission to take. Okay, he opposed killing. Okay, he oversaw the rise of. Okay, and he cheered the rise of. You know what's interesting too? The way the left is like, oh, cut. You know, the left is like very funny. Like, cut the military budget. Well, what about removing American soldiers? You don't want to do that? Isn't that more important? Like, whoa. They're so clueless. It's pretty unbelievable. We are stuck with like. Does it seem that like the Democrats are even trying? They're not even trying. They tried. It seemed like they tried too hard in 2016. And now they're like, we're going to wait until the last 2 weeks. And then we are going to, oh my God, you're going to see like pandemonium in terms of like how hard we try. I'm telling you, none of this makes any sense at all. That's because Madam Secretary is just. just waiting. It's like, just so we're clear on what a Harris-Biden administration will look like. The best part is that it's written, so it wasn't like a mistake. Harris-Biden administration. You ain't. That I said he was reading from a teleprompter. I said that. Aria Lee! Aria, thank you. You rock, AJ Slick William, Mitch impersonation. I want to thank you so very much, Aria Lee. I want to thank you for dealing with my personality and watching every evening, Aria. You are absolutely wonderful, Aria. Thank you so much. I love your name. I really do. Don't tell Hillary. I love your name. Mitch McCarthy. Aria. Again, I think I've lost it. Mitch McCarthy. Aria Lee, thank you so very much for watching. And Nancy, you will never be 1/10 of the human being that Aria is, Nancy. Aria Lee, thank you, Aria. Thank you. Thank you, Aria. Thank you so much. Terry Rude. Biden was thrilled when the scarecrow went there in the cornfield. I don't know why that's so funny, but it is. Terry Rude. Well, actually, there's actually a video of Biden waving at nobody. There's actually a video of Biden waving at nobody. Oh my God, that's that's a great video. Where is that video? He's waving at nobody. It's this tarmac. There's there are no planes there, no nothing. Nobody's really waiting for him. The best part of the Biden campaign is that it's staffed by all Hillary people, which is fantastic. I love that. So can you imagine if you're staffed by Hillary people who are writing your answers on a teleprompter? I enjoy swimming naked in the Amazon. Oh, you know what I mean? Come on, man. And then he's like, oh, he doesn't even care enough to be like, oh, you did it again. He's just gonna go with it. It's like, hey, come on, is that good? No. Well, what was that whole thing about? Oh, whatever, it's fine. So hold on one second. Hold on. Biden waving at no one. Oh my God! This is 2 days ago. It's so great. There's one with the frog right next to there's one with the little frog thing. I'll just say the little frog thing. Joe Biden waving to no one. It's so great. Of course, if Trump did this, Trump is waving to nobody. Trump is waving to nobody. I think it's the Russians. It's a Russian. It's a Putin. He's waving to Putin. Greg Landry. Greg Landry, where else can you get good thinking and hilarious comedy? Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you, Greg Landry. Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words, Greg. It means a great deal to me. Be here, please, Greg, on November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all throughout October and November. We're going to have an awesome time. We have Biden waving, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care anymore. It's just fantastic. Actually, can I tell you, Greg and everybody here, one of the best parts of this election is something that nobody even recognized or even cared about, but there was part of a debate where everybody was taking time away from Biden because of course the debates were horrendous in the Democratic debates, and he said something to the effect why should I stop, nobody else stops, which is kind of funny. The way he said it, that was quite funny. I was laughing at that. But that's like the last time he said anything witty, anything remotely like interesting. He wheezes. He's like, hey, move it up, move it up, move it up the teleprompter. Pretty soon, he's actually going to say, move the teleprompter up. Come on, move it up. Pretty soon, he's actually going to be, you misspelled, that word, yeah. Okay, and no one's going to care. They won't cover it. They will not cover it. He's waving at nobody. It's fine. It's not even a problem. It's unbelievable. And then you have Sky News Australia is fantastic. They have great people and a couple of shows. Two of them, really wonderful journalists, have been talking about Hillary running for a couple months now. They have these press meetings, these they have like Biden in the press, and Biden speaking to the press, and it's like you have like five or less than that, like 3 or 4 or 5 people, and they're spread out on like 10 acres. It's like you're not going to catch anything. So, and you know what? He can't hear you. So you're not like, nobody. Yeah, the other day, yesterday, it was like the Hispanic outreach in Florida, and like 5 people were clapping when he took out his phone. Or they clapped for him when he came in. It was like 5 people. And then he took out his phone and then played Despacito, which he was told to do that because he's tanking his campaign, because Madam Secretary is right about to just pounce. Do you understand? The dorsal fin has been circling about 1,000 times already. And it ain't Flipper. That dorsal fin is not Flipper. Not Flipper. No, more like Jaws. Oh, that's Jaws. This is just unbelievable. I have to see this again. Wait. There's nobody. There's nobody. And he points too. He's like, yeah. There's nobody. He's pointing to nobody and he's waving to nobody. The point was the best part also. He's like, I see you, nobody. I see you, air. Well, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. So in the past 3 days, he's waved at nobody. He's played Despacito from his phone. And he had a town hall that he acknowledged his privilege. He said, can they pander anymore? They're even pandering to people who don't exist. He's waving to nobody. He's like, you, spiritual beings that I can't see. Yeah, you. You spiritual beings. You, I love you. You vote for me? Vote, yeah. Come on. Come on now, Corn Pop. Spirit of Corn Pop. I see you. Nobody can see you, but I see you. I'm like that movie, Sixth Sense. Dr. Russell! Dr. Russell, Shannon Russell. I know, man poops on Pelosi's doorstep and he calls it a peaceful protest, but she calls it all cars hypocrisy at best. Exactly. Oh, they don't like it. See, they actually don't believe anything that they say. So when like the property damage happens on their end, like, what? What are you talking about? This is my home. This is my business. Like, yeah, that's what you allowed that to happen all throughout the country. Oh, that's what it feels like. Exactly. Dr. Russell, exactly. Oh, no. See, I have this little Lysol here for my... Put this right here. In case that murderous mosquito goes anywhere near me, I'll Lysol the MFer. Watch, I Lysol the camera and... Dr. Russell, exactly. That's kind of hilarious, too. Let's see. Pelosi. This is so funny. This is New York Post. Man who pooped on Pelosi's driveway calls it peaceful protest. That's fantastic. YouTuber live streams himself taking poop on Nancy Pelosi's. That's so funny too, because it's like, imagine if she's asked about. I just want to let you know that this poop is just a despicable act by horrible people. Trump again. Trump has been he's inflaming the poop. He's inciting poop and inflaming it. In the footage, the man identifies himself as Armando, walks through the streets of San Francisco in search of the speaker's house. Once there, he sets up a camera and stands on what appears to be Pelosi's driveway for several minutes, eventually saluting his viewers before squatting down. Oh, my God. The YouTube star who filmed himself defecating on the driveway of House Speaker said he did so peaceful protest, but admitted it was a joke that got out of hand. Wow. A man relieving himself on what appears to be don't you this is journalism. They say this is no a man relieving himself on what appears to be the driveway of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's San Francisco residence. Meanwhile, all of humanity is like super happy. They're super happy. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh my God, that's so great. This reminds me of the Build Back Better program they have, which is a very hilarious knockoff of Make America Great Again. The Build Back Better, that man's poop is more interesting, or I guess I should say better marketing than the Build Back Better. Every time I hear that, I hear Baby Got Back, or, just a whole bunch of words with the letter B. What does that even mean? We're going to build back better. What about the Green New Deal? Why haven't you spoke? Oh, that's right. Because you want to win Pennsylvania. That's right. Because you were lying about the Green New Deal. Yeah, you're lying about everything. You bunch of cheaters and liars. A man relieving himself from what appears to be the driveway of House Speaker Nancy. This is... YouTube star who filmed himself defecating on the driveway of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's San Francisco residence said he does so. The man who identified himself as Mundo on his online channels. Let's see. Online channel. Life's Maverick. Wow. Nomad in America. Filming off my phone. I gotta say, that takes... it definitely... takes okay, so hold on. So it's Life's Maverick. That's the channel, I believe. Yeah. The man who identified himself as Mondo on his online channels. It takes some courage to do that. Other attributes as well, and requested to have his last name withheld for fear of retribution. Told the Post the incident started with a joke from commenters on his live stream. The 28-year-old said he's... Can you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? Can you hear me? Okay. His YouTube name is at Solomon Andy, Life's Maverick. He does capture his arrest too, and he's homeless. Well, God bless him. God bless him. I hope that... it takes courage to do what he did. I hope that, I wish him only the best. Wow, and they went after him. Just a few hours after the incident, Mondo said he was stopped by officers with the Bay Area Rapid Transit Police Department who detained him. Oh my God. The second Pelosi has been silent on like $1.4 billion of property damage, a little poop on her. Oh my God. It was scary. I thought my life was over at that moment. They kept asking me, are you this, are you that? And the Capitol Police were definitely watching my channel because I could hear them on the radio like, tell him to turn off the stream. Wow. Mondo said the Post that the act is not something I'm particularly proud of. Well, it's actually better than anything Democrats have done the past 4 years. That he's not doesn't hold any ill will towards Pelosi or anyone, and that he hopes that his peaceful protest will inspire those in power to provide more resources for those who are homeless otherwise. It's true. And God bless this man. God bless this man. Mad Cow Mark! Sorry I'm late. The dog bit his own tail off. Mad Cow Mark! Thank you, Mad Cow Mark. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mad Cow Mark. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. Thank you as always for your kindness and your generosity. I hope all is well. Thank you, Mad Cow Mark. Thank you, Cali Boy. I saw an interview Barr did, and it seems like he's more concerned about Durham investigation looking like political retaliation. His mindset scares me. I agree with you. I think that Cali Boy, and thank you again, Mad Cow Mark. I think that he has a whole bunch of like mayors of cities that allowed violence and mayhem and chaos. Hopefully he addresses that issue, and if there were officials that allowed that to happen, hopefully he goes after the people who allowed all of that to take place. I do think, though, that with the I think that the Kleinsmith indictment was the beginning of a very long process. Cali Boy, thank you. Mad Cow Mark, thank you very, very much. Mad Cow Mark, thank you as always. Thank you. I think Cali Boy and Mad Cow Mark that what William Barr has to do is, he could do one of two things. He could try to force as many indictments or cases as possible. But if he goes after anybody where it's like this long, protracted legal battle, his mindset is, well, what if we don't win? Also, they're going to spin everything. They are going to spin everything into, oh my God. They're going to spin everything into, oh my God, this is election interference. Election interference. So that's the whole thing. He's worried about any backlash from media, and that's probably that's pretty much what's going on. So, Cali boy, I do agree with you in that. I mean, you want to see something. You want to see him even more. Able to communicate his thoughts further than what he's done thus far. But President Trump's going 8 years, so I mean, this is the Kleinsmith indictment is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. So, but yeah, that is a great. That is actually like what this man Mondo did is actually a creative protest. I mean, there are poop patrols in San Francisco now. I mean, everything, it's just unbelievable. Democrats have the highest number of lives lost because of the pandemic. Cities with the highest unemployment and cities with poop patrols. I mean, it's not like... And these are the enlightened, amazing. San Francisco Poop Patrol employee makes $184,000 a year. Wow. San Francisco has a poop patrol to deal with its feces problem. Wow, okay. And workers make more than $184,000 a year in salary and benefits. Wow. I mean, honestly, though, I would say they deserve it, because who wants to pick up poop? Employees of San Francisco's Poop Patrol are set to earn $71,760 a year, plus an additional $112,918 in benefits. The city has set aside this is Nancy Pelosi telling the world, telling the country, what morality and what how Trump is so bad. The city has set aside $830,000 for the cleanup program, which aims to eliminate troubling amounts of feces on the street. Troubling amounts, as if any amount is not troubling. We've had troubling amounts of feces. Not the usual amount that's actually just okay and normal, to see on the street. San Francisco's waste problem is a result of a mounting homelessness crisis. So Mondo is right, driven by a lack of affordable housing. Probably by a lot of other policies, too. I mean, can you name... It's pretty unbelievable. Like, every single purely Democratic-run city is in shambles. An absolute shambles. And then it's like they don't, Trump. Trump is a really bad person. Like Mad Cow Mark, I don't get it. Like, they're always like, Trump is this and that. Like, you have poop patrols. Poop patrol, poop patrol. Do 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 do. My God. San Francisco poop map. Someone made an this is fantastic. Someone made an interactive San Francisco poop map. That they probably used the poop map to find out who won Iowa in March. It's the Democratic Party's new poop map. We tried to use this poop map to streamline everything, to see who won in Iowa. That's why we couldn't find out who won for 3 days. Oh my God. San Francisco's human feces map shows waste blanketing the California city. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh Lord. This is why you tune in to this channel, the best late evening live stream in all of YouTube. Dun, 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 dun. San Francisco human feces map shows waste blanketing the California city. A new map pinpointing locations where human feces are reported to have been found. Thank you. And this is we have to deal with San Francisco politicians and California officials lecturing Trump on how horrible he is. Oh my God. A new map pinpointing the locations where human feces are reported to have been found in the California city since 2011 shows San Francisco has a staggering problem with the stinky stuff. Nearly every oh my God. Nearly every city block has had a poop sighting. Who you gonna call? Poop busters. Nearly every city block has had a poop sighting in recent years as the city grapples with homelessness. You'd think that they would have fixed the problem before the city became a toilet. Not even the basking sea lions in aquatic life have been spared. Oh my God. Not even the basking sea lions in aquatic Not even the basking sea lions have been spared. One report was pinpointed to seal rocks, a jagged formation surrounded by the ocean. And more waste was sighted in the waters off the popular fishing. Oh my God, Fisherman's Wharf used to be fantastic. Oh my God. Like you could if I remember back I've been to San Francisco a bunch of times. A beautiful city. It used to be a gorgeous, beautiful city. You can go to Fisherman's Wharf and have fresh, amazing seafood. And now you can have fresh, amazing seafood with just a hint of fecal matter. Just a hint. Just a little paprika and poop. Oh, so tasty. So nice. So good. J-Spot 51. I don't know what to think about that. I don't know how to make a joke about the money being paid or if it has to be paid at all. Oh, regarding the salaries, I don't know. Regarding the salaries of the Poop Patrol, I don't know. The largest concentration of complaints in the area of Market Street. Oh my God. Where Twitter is located. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Mad Cow Mark. A lot of Dems make more than $180,000 talking through their pooper. Exactly. Mad Cow Mark, thank you. J-Spot 51, thank you. Mad Cow Mark, as always, thank you so very, very much. Mad Cow Mark, thank you just for your support, for always watching. Thank you so very, very much, Mad Cow Mark. All right, I could sit here, I guess, and there's so many articles on San Francisco and poop. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of losing steam, but I want to thank everybody. This is the best late evening live stream in all of YouTube. Mad Cow Mark, thank you. Everyone here, Paul Bartlett, thank you. Jane, hello, thank you. Be here, everyone, 9 p.m. Pacific tomorrow evening. Be here. I'll have more news about San Francisco's poop problem, which is about 10 times more interesting than talking about Biden, who will eventually be replaced by Madam Secretary. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going 8 years. Be here on this channel, November 3rd. Circle, if you have calendars, circle your calendars. It's going to be fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Be here at 9 p.m. Pacific tomorrow evening. Best late evening live stream in all of YouTube. Eric, H526, Luke, St. Martin, thank you. I'll be back tomorrow.